And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. In this segment, we're going to have with us Ryan Muccio, and we're going to be talking about, if you didn't see it on my t-shirt, we're talking about the remote area medical. It's coming up pretty soon. This is the middle of September when we're taping this. So we just came from one of our planning meetings, and it seems to be gelling very well as far as the people that are administrating the event, whether it be the Ram people themselves or the local people here who have been doing it for how many years?
8 years. Yeah.
I quit bringing my t-shirts over here because the pile got so high you couldn't see us anymore. But anyway, tell us a little bit about the remote area medical. Why do we have that here in Pahrump, and why do we have it more than one time?
Yeah, so remote area medical is a free medical, dental, vision, and mental health clinic. No questions asked. So there's no income qualifiers. There's no, you don't need to show your ID or if you have insurance or not. And so it's really open to absolutely anyone. It's first come, first serve. The reason we have it here is because we've been identified as a critically underserved area for healthcare, dental, vision, and medical. And so RAM came out here in 2016, and we did the clinic, and it was supposed to be one and done. RAM typically does not go to the same place multiple times. There's a few clinics that they do, but they were really pleased with how they were treated out here and the hospitality, but they also saw the need and how bad we need these services. And so this year we're celebrating our 8th year, 9th clinic, because we just did one in March in Tonopah.
Okay.
But yeah, the need is great, and we're here to fulfill it.
And it seems so odd because Las Vegas is, let's say, 60 miles away from where we are here. Mm-hmm. And you have large hospitals, medical facilities, doctors' offices. You have a major airport there. But then you come out to Nye County here, the rural area, and it's a complete opposite.
You might as well be on the moon.
Yeah, and it's hard for us to get doctors, dentists, and optometrists out here because they want to just live in the big city and not come out here and live full-time, even though we have a lot of amenities.
Yeah.
We could have more, but it's comfortable. I found it a wonderful place 24 years ago.
Yeah.
And but still, it's been rough, and that's why we've had it for 8, 9 times now.
Yeah.
But the remote area medical is out of Tennessee.
Yep. Knoxville, right outside of Knoxville.
Yes.
They travel all over the world and the country and hold clinics. So we're one small clinic. We're a medium-sized clinic in their world, but we're one of many that they do.
Yes, and it's gotten very technical especially with the dental after the COVID, because they're operatoriums, what do they call them?
Yep.
They're fully, they're always fully staffed, but they're fully ventilated, and there's there's filters on them.
We have the negative air pressure and
Yes.
HEPA filters.
Yes.
To constantly exchange the air, so
And
it's very safe.
You're not going to get a finer place to have someone work on you than.
Yeah. It's actually safer than going to the normal dentist, believe it or not, because it's all
Yes.
enclosed and you're by yourself. And
like I say, when you go to hospital, you wind up getting something from the hospital. Yes.
Exactly. Yep.
So at least over here, whatever's there hasn't had time to grow yet. So I myself I'm happy to do what I do. We have volunteers like myself. Let's talk a minute about the volunteers. I work the parking lot at night. It's my little niche. I like to interact with the people, and because I've known a lot of people through the years, and I'm happy to do that. My little small share for remote area medical, other people who may be dental assistants, might be even doctors or dentists or something. Well, they don't, they don't live out here, but anyway, other people have other parts to play. For multilingual, you have they'll grab you and you'll be able to translate for some of the people too.
Yeah.
So they connect with everyone and anyone who comes out here, but we definitely need as many volunteers as we can get.
We do, yeah. And, if you're interested in volunteering, like John said, you don't have to have medical experience. So please, you can go to ramusa.org/volunteer, and it's there on the screen, or you can give us a call and we'll help you get registered. We provide meals and you get a free t-shirt and a volunteer swag bag. So we take good care of you, but we could definitely use a lot of volunteers.
Yes.
It takes about 300 to 400 volunteers over the 2 days to make this happen. So
Yes, if this was in the real world, it'd be quite expensive.
right.
So we rely on the volunteers and are very, very thankful for them, for us.
Yeah.
Sorry. So let's look at the mechanics of it all. So what happens when you come to the event?
Yeah. First, we'll sneak it in. So the date is October 7th and 8th, and so make sure we get that out there. But it'll be at the Pahrump Valley High School campus in the Pathways building.
Yes.
As far as the logistics, when you arrive, so the gate will open at 12:01 a.m. each morning. So 12:01 Saturday morning, 12:01 Sunday morning. It's first come, first serve. We generally have people lining up as early as the Thursday before, but don't let that scare you. They want to make sure they're there and definitely get seen. So we encourage you to show up, somewhat early, get in line, and then you'll get parked. We'll get you kind of pre-registered, and then you'll park in the parking lot, and then you can sleep overnight in your car. You are not, you're permitted to leave, but if you do leave, you lose your spot. And then the clinic opens at 6 a.m. and so we'll start calling people in at that time. It's really, everyone helps each other, and it's kind of a fun time. They talk, you learn, to be friends with the people that are around you, and you bond. And so it's not, it seems like it's a strenuous process to sleep in your car overnight, but it's really for the services you're getting. That's your only investment is the time to kind of wait. But even if you're someone that can't stay overnight, we still encourage you to show up during the day. If we can squeeze you in, we will. It just all depends on availability.
Well, let me tell you, I just got back from Burning Man, and this is nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's bathrooms, there's porta potties there.
Yeah,
hand
we pass
washing
out
station.
snacks and water.
Yes.
And so we try to make it as comfortable as possible.
Yes. So we'll register you there.
Yeah, we'll
hand
pre-register you. That doesn't guarantee you'll be seen, because again, it is first come, first serve.
So we suggest you do what on a Saturday? What do you do on a Sunday to get the maximum amount of things seen?
Yeah, so you can only do dental and vision. Excuse me, you cannot do dental and vision on the same day. So you have to pick between one of the two. So you can come Saturday and do like dental and medical, and then you can come Sunday and do vision and medical if you want. You can do medical at any time. But because of the limited providers and the demand for dental and vision, we require that you only pick one per day. But you're welcome to come back the next day and pick the one that you didn't do. I do recommend, if you're coming for vision, to come on Sunday. We have more providers in vision on Sunday than we do on Saturday, so you'll have a better chance. But yeah, you kind of pick what's most important to you and get that, and then come back the second day if you want the other service.
Remember, you heard it here first and last.
Yep.
So this is the straight poop, basically.
Yep.
So you're coming here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in one car. You'll all be registered individually in that car. We take care of it. We make sure that you're not overlooked. And how do we contact them?
So to call them in the clinic, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once the clinic opens in the morning, we'll give you a call on your cell phone if you have one, and let you know that it's your turn. If you don't have one, we have your car number and what spot you're parked in, and we'll send somebody over
So we'll put the little
let
numbers
you
on the
know.
windshield again?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, it's a pretty easy process. Just like I said, it's a free event. Everything is free. We're not going to ask for any money, any ID, or anything. All we ask is for your patience and your time. So then we'll get you seen. We have a lot of compassionate providers and volunteers who are ready to help.
And it could be painless too. I say that because I got my flu shot today, right?
You did at our meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can get a flu shot while you're there also.
Yep.
And I understand we'll be giving away coupons or tickets for the
Mammograms.
mammogram again.
Yes, we'll have through medical. They'll have vouchers for mammograms that can be done at Desert View Hospital. Desert View Hospital and Desert Radiology partnered together and donated those. So we're very grateful for that. They can't be used in October because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so they're very busy. But anytime after October, you can go and redeem that voucher and get a free mammogram.
So it's getting close to that time if you're thinking about coming. And as a matter of fact, they've started to find for needy people dentures
Yeah,
at times.
yeah. So we're not really
Limited.
Yeah, it's a very limited amount. So please don't come,
Thinking
expecting that you're going to get dentures. But if it's an extenuating circumstance and we have a spot left, we will try and do our best to squeeze you in. We have one dentist who offers them, but again, it is on a very, very limited basis right now. We are working on RAM does have a portable denture van that they purchased and built out with a 3D printer for dentures.
Cool.
So we're hoping to debut that next year, so we'll be able to do a lot more.
All right. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you for watching. Remember the 7th and the 8th, if I remember correctly?
7th and 8th, Brent Valley High School
October.
campus.
So we'll see you. I'll see you again after midnight, and when I open the gates, you'll be seeing this smiling face over there.
Lucky them.
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, John.
And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. With me today is Heather Freeman from, as you could see from her shirt, her blouse, the Master Gardeners from University of Nevada Cooperative Extension. I can't get it wrong if I'm reading it off of the decal. So she's also the person who's in charge every Saturday over at the Tractor Supply Company, the Farmers Market, which has been doing land office business as long as the weather's good.
So far this summer, we've had a really good summer with weather. Even the few weekends that we were worried we might get rained out, the skies opened up and we were able to set up.
So you've got a lot of things that's under your hat, and also what today we're going to be talking about is what's coming up, next week.
Yes,
It's called a Fall Festival.
that's right. Every year we have the annual Pahrump Fall Festival. This year is the 58th year. It's amazing.
It is.
One of the things that makes the Fall Festival so much fun for the gardeners in town is the exhibits fair inside the Bob Rood Community Center.
And you take the entire building over, correct?
We do. So the Shadow Mountain Quilters and the Pahrump Artists and Artisans operate the arts and crafts exhibits part. They do all of the intake for that section as well as the judging. And the Master Gardeners do the intake for food and horticulture exhibits.
Okay. And that's been going on for
Many years.
many years.
Yep.
Too many of it.
The statistics sheet I have goes back to 2014.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what are some of the things that you are working on with that?
So on Monday and Tuesday, arts and crafters can bring their exhibits down to be entered into the festival. It's $1 for teens and adults. It is free for children 12 and under. So if you have a really great artist kid that you know, encourage them to bring their things down. They can enter for free. On Tuesday and Wednesday are the days that food and horticulture can be entered. If you are a canner, we ask that you please follow a safe, approved recipe from the National Center for Home Food Preservation. If you're a canner, you know that website well. That's where all the safe recipes are posted.
Yeah.
If you enter something canned, it has to have been canned within the last year. You have to have your ingredients written on a card. We don't need the recipe per se, but we do need the ingredients. We need the method of canning, whether it was water, bath, or pressure canned, if it was how long it was processed, and if it was pressure, at what pressure. So we do check that. We also check for headspace, and if it doesn't have the right headspace at the top of the jar, it's automatically disqualified. So don't bring something that's siphoned out.
Whoa.
Yes,
I
there's a
won't be
lot
doing
of
that.
technicalities to judging
I won't
canned
be
goods.
doing that, I'll tell you that.
Baked goods, we can take anything that's shelf stable. So if you can find it out on the shelf in a bakery, but if it's found in the refrigerated part, like we can't do cheesecake or anything cream filled because we don't have refrigeration to keep the exhibits that cold.
Right.
So, but pies, decorated cakes. For each category, there is best in theme. So the theme this year is cowboys and aliens. So all you cake decorators out there, get out your best decorating tools and make us a fun cowboy and alien cake. Vegetables, something that you grew yourself, obviously. And there are stipulations as to how many and how they are to be plated. So some things they want 3 of it, sometimes 6, depending on what it is.
Let's say tomatoes. What are we going to
I think for cherry tomatoes, they want 6 on a plate.
Okay.
For regular tomatoes, I think 3. They're looking for uniformity and consistency,
do? How you present them?
how you present it. Everything has to be on a paper plate and covered with plastic wrap.
Okay.
And that's all in the rules. So if you're considering, even curious, you can look up the rules on PahrumpNV.gov under the Community tab. There's a section just for Fall Festival, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll find the PDF versions of the schedule and entry form. Every entry needs an entry form. We'll have a few extra down at the Rood Center, but if you need some before then, we've left a few at the reference desk at the library. Or get in touch with me, I can get you some.
You could enter at the last minute?
You can, well, the entry days are Monday and Tuesday for crafts, Tuesday and Wednesday for food and horticulture, and there will be no late entries after Wednesday at 6.
Okay.
And if you're an arts and crafter and you forget and try to bring it on Wednesday, they won't accept it on Wednesday. So Wednesday's just for food and horticulture. That gives the bakers
Time to set
time
up.
to get it all ready, and they can enter it the final day before judging, so it's nice and fresh. Judging for food and horticulture happens on Thursday. The building is closed to the public during that time, and we have qualified people with experience, and there's a set parameter, there's a rubric that we use, and a checkpoint system. Again, looking for presentation, uniformity, consistency. Not only does it taste good, but does it look good? And if you are a flower arranger or a wreath maker with live flowers, if you have really beautiful flowers out in your yard to make a cut flower bouquet, beautiful houseplants. Last year someone entered just astounding, amazing spider plant that had hundreds of baby spider plants hanging off of it. So since she entered it last year, same houseplant, she can't enter it this year. But if anyone has a really wonderful plant that they're very proud of, an orchid or something great, bring it on down. We'd love to look at it. We'd love to display it. And most of all, we'd love to give you a blue ribbon.
So who's on your committee? Is it the Master Gardeners or is it the
Yes.
Garden Club?
So the Shadow Mountain Quilters and
Okay.
the Pahrump Artists and Artisans do all of the arts and craft entries. So they're doing the photography, poetry, paintings, drawings, arts and crafts, woodworking. There's someone that entered a beautiful Adirondack chair set that they had hand carved out of wood.
Okay.
Just amazing things. We've had kids bring in Lego sculptures. It's a sculpture. So just it makes it fun. Last year, I think the blue ribbon winner from the vegetables, the overall category was an onion, and the close contender was an heirloom watermelon that was grown out from an heirloom seed. So you can't buy those at the grocery store.
No.
And the
Does it
interesting,
look different? No.
it did. It was a much darker color. It did not have stripes like we're used to, a striped watermelon. And after the fair was over, the exhibitor donated it to the Master Gardeners and said, here, cut it up, eat it for snacks. And the unique thing about that watermelon was that it has red seeds, bright red seeds. And it was very delicious. And it grows well here in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly that variety of heirloom watermelon was discovered, stored in a clay jar in a Native American site down in New Mexico. And someone planted it out and they grew, and they've been propagating the seeds from that ever since. So it's a good desert variety. So I can't remember off the top of my head the name of it right now.
So anything else over there that we haven't touched on yet that's going to be
Let's
judged?
see.
Knitting?
Oh,
crochet?
yes, knitting, crocheting,
See,
sewing,
I remember stuff like that.
handcrafts, yes. Those are all judged by the quilters and the artists and artisans, so yes. There are sections A through T, so A, B, C, D. A through, let's see, our sections start with P, so LMNOP.
Okay, so
Sections A through O belong to the arts and crafters,
okay.
and we have sections P, R, S, and T. There is no section Q.
There is no section 2.
Q,
Q.
yeah.
So anyway, there'll be quilts, there'll be other things there too. So
And
I remember that.
Right, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the building is open from 11 till 6 for fair goers to walk through and view the exhibits, but nothing inside there will be for sale. However, the Shadow Mountain Quilters will be selling raffle tickets for a beautiful quilt.
I
And
remember that.
they draw for the raffle later on in the year. And the Master Gardeners will have an Ask a Master Gardener help desk booth inside the food and horticulture exhibit room. We also are one of the most popular places at the fair festival because they keep our room air conditioning turned down a little bit. So if you need a place to cool off, walk through the food and horticulture exhibits.
So great. A lot of information on the finer arts at the Fall Festival. And I thank you, Heather, for sharing that with us. And you can be found at the with the Master Gardeners or the Farmers Market. You know where to find her, Calvetta and Dandelion,
Yes.
at the Extension office.
1651 East Calvada.
Yes, if you remember numbers, I don't. And anyway, thank you so much for taking some time
Thank
visiting
you.
with us. And remember, before you know it, the Fall Festival will be upon us. So.
Yep. And there's a whole list of free activities that you can do as well. They are on that PahrumpNV.gov Fall Festival page. Hot dog eating contest, watermelon eating contest, fun things to do.
Okay, and thank you once again. Thank you for watching.
Thank
We
you.
will see you again in another week. Bye-bye.